Hello from Benita, Deep Pill or Deep Red Pill says, "Hello, Auntie Benita. Very good to see you. I don't know why I said Auntie Benita. I'm just like trying to be polite on the live stream. Hi Benita, and hi everyone who's there. I know I didn't get invited, but it's okay. I'm here. Yeah. All right. So let's go to our next passage, everybody. Isaiah 53, verse 3 to 7. We got that up on the screen. Good. Everything's going well, surprisingly. It says this: He was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And as one from whom men hide their faces, he was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we esteemed him stricken, smitten by God, and afflicted. But he was pierced for our transgressions, he was crushed for our iniquities. Upon him was the chastisement that brought us peace, and with his wounds we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. Like a lamb that is led to the slaughter, and like a sheep that before its shearers is silent, so he opened not his mouth. It's crazy to think about the amazing sacrifice Jesus has done. I've really been getting into the whole idea of I just accidentally showed the chat. Okay. Well, I've really been getting into the idea of Jesus being the second Adam. Let's think about that for a second. Okay, Adam, our figurehead, our federal head, right? In the garden, in perfect communion with God, does not sin, living a perfect life. You know what I mean? Um, where he failed, it was in the garden. He decided, not your will, Lord, but my will be done. You know what I mean? And now, because of his sin, we have all inherited his sin, and we're sinful in ourselves, and we're under Adam's curse. Now, think about Jesus, the second Adam, perfect communion with God, does not sin. We found him in the Garden of Gethsemane, and where he had a choice to obey God or to go his own way, he said, not my will, Father, but your will be done. That is an amazing person right there. Amazing God. Jesus has taken all of the iniquity of the Lord. So why do we call this Good Friday? I've heard so much. Everyone says Friday is only good because of Sunday. Thank God for Sunday. You know what I mean? Oh, Friday was a terrible day. It was a fail. You know, without Sunday, Friday is meaningless. And you know, it's true in a sense, because Paul says, if Jesus didn't rise from the dead, then our faith is meaningless. But I feel like it's also missing the point, because Good Friday is good not just because of Sunday, but because of Friday. You know what I mean? And we so easily forget about it. I think that Good Friday is good because of what happened on Friday. Because we need to think about what actually happened, right? When Christ was on the cross. A lot of people have this kind of vision of the cross of a kind of like Narnia-esque thing, and more like the movie side of Narnia. My dad was talking about this before, where imagine, like, if you've read Narnia or watched Narnia, Edmund messed up, Edmund sinned, and he owes to the White Witch, who's, you know, the image of the devil. And Aslan dies in Edmund's place to pay back the debt that is owed to the White Witch, right? And because he's justified, he's risen up. But this is not exactly the same vision that we have of Jesus, because Jesus isn't paying a debt that we owe to Satan. Jesus is paying a debt we owe to God. We see in this passage, it says that he was smitten by God and afflicted. It said the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. And then later in Isaiah, or Isaiah if you're an American, it says, it pleased the Lord to crush him. It pleased him. So Jesus was actually paying our debt that we owed to God.